Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for watching my videos. This video is the next video in the series of videos where we are talking about roles and responsibilities of the video. However, last video we have been talking about watch arrangements on the ship because this was related to the chief officer jobs and responsibility. So we thought of taking over the watch timings on board the ship, which was combined with the chief officer's roles and responsibility. Continuing in that video, we were talking about bridge watchkeeping in the last video. However, we were not able to cover the cargo watchkeeping in the video because the video length was going a longer. So let me cover the cargo watchkeeping in this video. Without wasting much more time, let's dive into the video. Cargo watch timings on board the ship. Same as bridge watchkeeping but in port. Okay, so the timings basically are going to be the same. Mostly what happens is if there are 3 watchkeeping officers, then the 4 to 8, 8 to 12 and the 12 to 4 watches continue. If there are only 2 watchkeepers, then the 2 watchkeepers keep 6 on and 6 off in the port. That is, if you have master, chief officer, second officer, third officer, then chief officer doesn't have a watch in the port. However, the second officer and third officer divide the watches into 6-hour slots. In case there is an extra officer on board on the deck side, then what happens? That is, for example, master, chief officer, second officer, third officer, or you have master, chief officer, second officer, third officer, third officer. If you have 3 watchkeepers other than the chief officer, then they continue the same 4 to 8, 8 to 12 and the 12 to 4 watch schedule. Okay? Chief officer does not keep cargo watch. He is always on the day watch as he is required for starting the cargo. At critical points he needs to be called at the end of the cargo, either it is loading or discharging. He needs to be at call at every given time as he is the overall in charge of the loading operation or the discharging operation. In between he comes to the cargo control room and he monitors whether the cargo plan is being strictly followed. In case of cargo watch is happening, it is possible that sometimes even the navigation watch is required because there are cases where the STS, there is a ship-to-ship transfer happens out at sea while the ships are moving. Okay, so in that case, we need to have a navigational bridge also. Okay, so then in that case, then master takes over because if you don't have sufficient manpower, then master also takes over a watch. These conditions where the company always gives extra officer or the officer is managed within the available watchkeeping officers. Okay, so there is no watch kept on the bridge unless the vessel is doing a ship-to-ship operation while underway. This is called ship-to-ship operation while underway. Okay, in that case, then we need to have a watchkeeping on the bridge as well. Engine room fully manned. In bridge watchkeeping, we miss the aspect where in the watchkeeping, it is possible in the engine room that there is no watch kept after the normal day working hours. That is called unmanned machinery spaces. In that case, what happens is that all the engineers knock off after the day's work and the engine room is put on unmanned machinery space mode. In that case, what happens? Any alarm, there is a duty engineer who is responsible to attend any alarms which comes from the knock off time, that is the evening, till the morning when all the engineers come. Okay, so this ensures you have more time for all the engineers to do their maintenance jobs. In case the officer is doing night watch, then 8 to 12 and 12 to 4 watches in the evening are not able to do much of maintenance jobs. Hence, this space, as the technology is advanced, the machinery space will give alarms and all these alarms are placed in the cabins of the engineers. Okay, so a duty engineer is nominated and during that night, if there are any alarms coming from the machinery space, in this case, there is an alarm in the engineer's cabin and any alarm from the engine room will always ring in the duty engineer's cabin so that he is aware of any alarms and he can attend to it. In that case, there are no watchkeepers during the evening hours. Okay, this is the unmanned machinery space. During the port watches, the engine room is always manned, that is in the evening and the night and the morning as well, so that any emergency, because the cargo operation is a very critical operation and the engine room needs to be manned always, because there are a lot of power which is being used. At sea there are less generators used, at port there are more generators used, more so in case the vessel is using the ship's equipment for discharging. For example, if they are discharging cargo in a tanker, then they use pumps. In case it's a bulk carrier, then they use the cranes. So in that case, it becomes important for the machinery to be manned always. In case of loading at berth, it is still possible again that based on the load, the chief engineer can decide whether they can maintain the unmanned machinery space in the port as well, or they need to man the engine room. Last important point is that unlike bridge watches where you need to be certified, in port watches for the support of the duty engineer or the duty officer, all the ratings are involved in the watchkeeping. For example, the cargo watch where the duty officer is in the control room, cargo control room, all the deck ratings are divided into 2 batches or 3 batches based on how the watches are arranged, whether it is 6 on 6 off or it is 4 on 8 off. However the watches are arranged, the ratings are also divided. All the deck ratings are divided in this ratio, and then they keep watches as per the duty timings. Okay. In the bridge watchkeeping, we had told that there is a certification for able seafarer deck and able seafarer engine. In case of port watchkeeping, all the ratings including OS are included. Who don't have any certification are included in the watchkeeping. Okay, that completes a short video on the watchkeeping at port. I am sure you have gained some knowledge on what the port operation looks like. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Please do like, share and subscribe to the channel. Also, please ensure this video is shared with all your colleagues and friends who are also in the Merchant Navy or aspiring to come into the Merchant Navy or working in offices, so that they can also gain from such videos. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.